It's your girl, Tamara Fair. Listen, I got a social media exclusive just for you today. But I'm going to wait until Instagram joins us, huh? 10 seconds. And we came to pray, slay, and get on with this fantastic day. It's Throwback Thursday, y'all, on this Good Friday Eve. It's your girl, Tamara Fair, on the air, and I am so excited. It's almost the end of the week, and what a week it is. This is Holy Week. All Christians should be so happy this week has come because we get to praise God double time, y'all. Hey, I cannot wait until Easter Sunday because I want to go into my centering. And of course, if for those of you who are looking at us on Facebook, I'm doing my praying hand so that we can get centered because this world is going crazy, y'all. But let me tell you who the author of non-confusion is the Lord. And we got to give him praise and thanks. Let's give it to wherever you are. Give it to him. Y'all, we got a great show for you today. And we got a great guest for you today. Don't go nowhere. Keep it locked. We about to do what we came to do. And that's Power Hour. We're going to ignite you, excite you, and uplift you. It's Inspiration 1390.
Hey, it's your main man, Action Jackson, and the business spotlight of the week is Lorenzo's Frozen Pudding.
Yeah,
available
great.
in Snicker Strawberry,
Okay,
real
so
banana, Hawaiian pineapple,
how did I get live on here too? Hey, yeah.
Frozen Pudding available
I got two cameras. Two
to
chains. No, two cameras. Okay, so I'm going to repeat this. Hey, Lester. So I'm going to repeat this.
Attention motorists.
You gave me a blanket?
New Buddy Bear yearly buddy.
No, we're going to go straight into in the rock.
$17
Okay, guys.
for the
I'm going to set this up.
no
I need your comments. I need to know
locations.
what
you can go
you feel about
and
this.
get
So,
your car washed every day
okay.
if you want.
So you're
All
newly
year long,
engaged,
Buddy Bear
right?
members will receive exclusive
Now you've
perks
been in a
and
10
offers throughout
plus
the
year
membership. Go to
relationship.
buddybearcarwash.com.
Finally, you guys got engaged.
That's
So you approach your fiance and say to that fiance, and I'm not going to say who it was it the man or the woman? I'm not going to say who it was, but you approach your fiance and you say, let's talk about planning the wedding. And their response is, well, I want to get married, but I don't want to get married tomorrow. What do you say?
Seamless and rewarding. No more hurdles in your property journey.
Jarrell talking, when do you want? Now, what does that say? What does that mean? I want to hear all of your thoughts about it. What does that say? Uh-oh, my baby Donna is on here. All right.
LNS Development, making property dreams a reality.
We're in the raw. Tamara Fair on the Brunch Bunch.
So few people are talking about anything except maybe Diddy, other than this broken bridge in Baltimore where it collapsed after a freighter, is that what we call a freight boat, hit it. So even before most Americans woke up Tuesday morning to the news that the collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore, while conspiracy theories about what supposedly had really happened started running rampant online. Now, I am the resident Brunch Bunch conspiracy theorist, but even I didn't have a conspiracy about what happened. So the claims range from a cyber attack or a ship captain impaired by the side effects of COVID-19 vaccines being responsible for the crash to claims that Israel or even the Obamas had something to do with the bridge collapse. Now I'm trying to figure out, you really went far. How did the Obamas put on their busy schedule, let's collapse a bridge in Baltimore? Well, all of these claims are entirely baseless. Officials investigating the crash said early on that there was no indication that it was a deliberate act, but that didn't stop the conspiracy theories from spreading rapidly across the internet, generating tens of millions of views on social media, even as the dive team crews were conducting search and rescue operations. Well, in just a few hours, an entire alternate reality devoid of facts had been created around the bridge collapse. It was a stark reminder of an erosion of trust among Americans in major institutions, particularly government and media, and the perverse online incentive structures that reward the sharing of misinformation. It is so much more juicy, or let me just say more juicier, to spread lies than it is to dig for the truth. Well, cataclysmic events that capture the nation's attention have always prompted a deluge of alternate theories that challenge or contradict the facts or broadly accepted versions of events. Well, what makes this moment in American history different is the capacity for known peddlers of disinformation to immediately flood the zone, which objectively false information has run rampant. Well, thanks to the part of the lack of robust fact checking, as evidenced in what Trump says, nobody says, oh, that's a lie. Well, X, formerly known as Twitter, and Facebook are actually the ones that people are using in order to spread this dis or misinformation. It's entirely possible, though, that millions of Americans encountered false claims about the bridge collapse when they woke up Tuesday morning before ever seeing the facts. Well, in many ways, the Baltimore Bridge conspiracy served as a canary in a coal mine of how election conspiracies will emerge on social media in the line up to November, said Ben Decker. He's the CEO of Medica, a company that tracks misinformation online. Now, I didn't even know they had companies that track misinformation, because I really want to get with Brother Decker so that we can align our efforts, right? So the usual suspects soon after 7 a.m. Eastern time on Tuesday, less than 6 hours after the bridge collapsed, Andrew Tate, an online provocateur with more than 9 million followers on X, formerly known as Twitter, posted without offering a shred of evidence that the ship had been cyber attacked and was deliberately steered toward the bridge. Foreign agents of the USA attacked digital infrastructures, he added. Tate, who is known for misogynistic posts, is currently awaiting trial in Romania on charges of human trafficking and rape. Well, whenever I hear human trafficking, now you know who I think of. Well, after that trial, he is expected to be extradited to the United Kingdom to face sex offense charges that he categorically denies. Well, by Wednesday, Tate's tweets have been seen by more than 18.5 million viewers on X. Now, a lot of times when people get together and they all agree on the false narrative, it becomes truth by misinformation. Well, under Elon Musk, X has touted community notes as a way for its community to fact check itself. Now, we always say here on the Brunch Bunch, fact check us, because we got this information. We didn't get a chance to fact check it, but we're asking you to help us out. And we give that disclaimer. This is a theory. This may not be true. Well, the note that showed under Tate's tweet for some on Tuesday meekly described his statement as speculation. Well, by Wednesday morning, the note was updated to state Tate's post was just misleading. Well, by Wednesday evening, the note said in part that readers should be aware that this is a personal opinion being portrayed as factual. Well, regardless, Tate's post helped set the tone for the day's alternate reality. 2 hours after Tate's post, Sandy Hook conspiracy theorist Alex Jones posted the video of the bridge collapse on Tuesday and commented, "Looks deliberate to me. Cyber attack is probable. WWW3 has already started." Now, see, that's what puts people in a frenzy. And so that's why I tell my mom, don't keep watching network news, because I think that the internet actually offers a better source of news, but it depends on which internet you're looking at. So Jones and other doomsday peddlers have for years tried to convince their audiences that the world is on the brink of catastrophe and that they need to prepare for this catastrophe. Well, part of the preparedness involves buying thousands of dollars worth of freeze-dried foods and survival kits, which of course Jones happens to sell. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I've heard some of them, and I got a basement full of freeze-dried food. So I'm ready for the deluge or whatever happens. However, it's always better to be prepared. But I don't think the world is coming to an end, because the Bible, believers, this is our season. It says in Genesis, the earth will be here forever. So now I wonder if freeze-dried food gonna be here forever. But hey, and we continue. So on Wednesday, the head of the Maryland State Police announced that dive teams had recovered 2 bodies of 2 people in the river, and at least 4 other people are unaccounted for and presumed dead, the Coast Guard said. Baltimore's mayor, who actually spoke so poignantly, asked for the people to have a little bit of decency and respect when it comes to the online discourse about the fatal bridge collapse. He is going crazy in Baltimore because the entire region, they call it the DMV, and that's for DC, Maryland, Virginia area, are really up in arms, as they should be. Actually, I think the world is up in arms about this. So don't spread misinformation. Don't play bridge engineer online or in the media. Remember that these are these people's family members who have lost their lives simply trying to make transit better for the rest of us, Baltimore Mayor Brandon Scott said. And I would ask for all of you who are listening to my voice, just pray for those families, pray for those bridge workers who were actually there trying to make things better, and just continue to pray, particularly pray double time during this season, because the Lord hears you in unison. He says in his word that if two or more gather in his name, he will be in the midst. And definitely we need all the prayers being directed to Baltimore, and we are definitely praying for the families in Baltimore here on the Brunch Bunch. Well, you know what? Conspiracy theorists have actually caused so much confusion in other situations. But as I said before, God is not the author of confusion. He is definitely the Prince of Peace. So we're going to give this next song to God. Let's do it. It's Inspiration 1390. Where's the list of songs? She just sent. Okay, cool. You just tell it to me then. Oh, you got it? Perfect. Thank you, then. That was a good story. Thank you.
Yep.
Which is it?
Fellowship, right? What a Fellowship? That's the song.
No, we did that one.
That's how we started. This is my living room.
My Living
My living room.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. All right, y'all. Back to the issue at hand. What are you thinking? Send a request to be in your live video. Okay, look at the comments. Tell me what the comments are, please. Hey, stand in your lane. Hey, B-Lo.
Samuel ain't under the song.
Hey, Zoe.
Hugs, Tammy.
Hey, Tina. All right, for those of you who missed this online exclusive, talking to you about the story, and the story is that you're newly engaged, and after a 10-year relationship, you become engaged. 10-year plus, not even just 10 years, 10 years and counting. And then you approach your fiance, and again, I'm not talking about which one, not the man or the woman. I'm just saying your fiance, because both of y'all are fiancéing, right? So the fiance says, it's in my blue bag. It's just, don't worry about it. This is perfect. But you got to put me on. See, he came and interrupted us. Hold on. But listen,
Fiance.
your fiance says you ask your fiance, okay, let's talk about planning the wedding, and the fiance says, well, I want to be married, but I don't want to be married tomorrow. So, what is your reaction as the fiance?
That's fair.
That's fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
So, what do you say?
I say, all right, when do you want to get married then?
Okay.
We all think the same thing.
All of y'all said the same thing. Let's see what they say.
When do you want to? Ain't got to be married tomorrow either.
Yeah, right.
Definitely not.
I'm ready when you ready.
Wait, did he already propose?
Saying it, yeah. He proposed. You locked in? Okay.
Once you propose, you really married. So, yeah, once you propose, you married.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Everything after that is like.
So, do you all hear this in the studio? Jarrell says once you propose, you're already married. So, Stand in Your Lane says it's.
Once you propose, you married.
It skews between 10 years. Wait, it's
Excuse
between 10 years
between
or nothing.
10 years or nothing? Stand in your lane. Explain that a little bit.
It's been 10 years of nothing.
Stand in your lane. Said ring off. I'm out.
Time is ticking. You need to get married ASAP.
Time is ticking. You need to get married
Why?
ASAP, or at least
Why is
maybe.
time ticking?
Yeah.
Y'all
Why?
been-
Okay.
Y'all been together for 10 years. Why is time ticking now?
Zoe said time is ticking. Get married ASAP, or ring off like
Y'all been
Beyonce.
together for 10 years. Y'all should have got married ASAP.
Time gonna keep
So
ticking.
Stand in Your Lane said you already wasted my time.
Already wasted your time.
Are these the same comments? No, these are not the
that's
same
different.
comments. This is Instagram.
Yep.
Instagram. I need your comments too. What do you say? So now I'm gonna explain this to Instagram because I know Facebook been on. You guys keep the comments coming. Remember too, this is a internet exclusive. We're not talking about this on the radio. This is just between y'all and us. So you're newly engaged after a 10-year plus relationship, and you approach your fiance about the wedding planning. I did not disclose who approached who because both of y'all are fianceing. So the response from the other fiance says, well, I don't want to get married. I mean, I do want to get married, but like not tomorrow.
I mean, me and my girl been together for 10 years.
Did you engage her?
No, but I'm saying when I do.
So according to Jarrell, y'all ain't married yet.
No,
but
no,
as
no,
soon
we're
as you
not.
ask her, y'all married.
No.
Right, Jarrell?
I mean, when do you like? I'm saying though, like when did your behavior start to change? And you started like treat it like I'm a married man. Bro.
I feel like
it's only
I'm
second
already-
proposal.
I'm not even.
Hey,
I'm not
Rashad.
even proposed yet. We've been together for 10 years. I
Hey,
already feel
President
that way.
Carter.
I already feel that way 10 years.
I know.
in.
Did
I
you
feel
get
like
my
once you get
my
that ring,
comment
like-
The
yesterday?
ring definitely is just the cherry.
Where
on
my
top, for
keychain
sure,
at,
but
mister?
I feel like you get comfortable in 10 years and you already feel that. But
It's been
that
10
also
years,
is bad
and why did
mindset,
she
'cause
wait that long? Are they teenagers? No, they're not teenagers. They're not really young. Good question, staying in your lane. They're not really young. They're not teenagers. So Tina Hammond said, Alfred Woodard said
Are they old?
that in a movie. Oh, okay.
You're not married till you take the vows.
See, that's I know a lot of people think like that too.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Tina Hammond said that if you ain't the marrying kind,
I like that.
move. Get out the way so the marrying kind can see me.
Nah, Zoe, 6 months is crazy. 6 months. Been together for 10 years and finally proposed 6 months. A wedding needs to happen.
Everybody comes
Within 6 months, a wedding needs to happen. Zoe said 6 months, a wedding needs to happen.
You got 6 months. You got 6 months wedding money.
Hey,
Exactly.
Hey, it's a reason why we gotta propose, guys. Because we gotta consider everything.
But Marcel,
They can think
Mr.
of it like
Mayor
that. Like, oh, 6 months. No, we gotta
From the
think of
Reds
long
Bunch,
term. There's a
your
reason why
home
we
is
gotta
not
propose.
just
Adam.
a place. It's a lifetime of
What's
memories,
going on?
hard-earned and cherished. At
6
Secure
months
Home
ain't
and
long.
Automation,
what's
they
going on in the
understand what it
Oh,
means to
sorry.
protect these memories. As a Brinks authorized dealer, they stand guard over $1 million
I was gonna
homes
say,
and
do you
businesses,
want to talk
ensuring
about
safety
I want to do what in the
24/7,
Caucasian. Or do you want to do what in the Caucasian?
365 days a year.
And you know what? The response
I'm asking him. Does he want to do what in the Caucasian? You want to do
oh,
that?
we got a yes, too.
I know.
Fire.
But they not here yet.
Oh,
Are
there
they?
they are.
What's
Oh,
going on?
go ahead. Do what in the Caucasian. You could do that because you're a Caucasian. All right, y'all. Let's see these comments. No, you're not married until you take the vows. Excuse me, Jarrell. I have an opposing comment. Stand in your lane. Say you are. Oh, I said that already. You already wasted my time. All right. Okay, y'all.
I feel like
I'm a man.
So
Give
go
me a
ahead
man
and
that's
call
gonna disagree.
866-477-3344.
Yeah. Okay. So, President Carter, what's your comment? Because I need a man's opinion. Hey, Christy. Christy said liberty, freedom.
Men and women always gonna have different thoughts about this.
Definitely, men and women are gonna have different thoughts. But remember too, in a union, it's a man and a woman usually.
Yeah.
But I didn't say if it was a same-sex relationship. I didn't say whatever. It's between two people.
Well, my girl's brother, he got married within 3 months to another man.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Whatever sex your fiance is, that's still your fiance. If it's a man,
No,
woman,
it do
woman,
matter.
a
I
man,
think
a
it
woman.
does. In the gay community, it definitely matters in my opinion. Exactly.
In the gay community, it's
Because
okay.
you can't have kids. Exactly.
Ain't no way he tying up my life, Tina said, and then he'll leave and marry somebody else.
that's me too. I also feel like it depends on what age they are.
Yes.
More grown people.
So Christy said, yes, we's free. I love it. Y'all keep them coming. I'm loving it. I love it.
Changing word. What in the caucasity? Cassidy?
Okay, believers, this is Adam filling in for Marcel Action Jackson. So for What in the Caucasity today, what did this white man yell after fatally stabbing a black Chicago teenager? On Sunday, Timothy Carter, 28 years old, was arrested and charged with first-degree murder after he allegedly stabbed a black man as he was working at a Walmart in Rockford, Illinois. Jason Jenkins, an 18-year-old student at Auburn High School in Rockford, was killed in this attack. Surveillance video at the Walmart shows Carter, who is white, grabbing 2 knives from the shelves and walking around the store while giving all the African-American people dirty looks, according to Fox 2 Now. When Carter saw Jenkins, he approached him from behind and stabbed him in the lower back. A witness claimed to hear Jenkins screaming for help as he was being attacked. He died from his injuries at a nearby hospital later that day. A witness who was at the store during the attack told the police she heard Carter yell a racial epithet after he stabbed the teenager, but there was no details on exactly what Carter said. According to the arrest report, Carter told authorities that he was having mental health crisis earlier that afternoon and sought mental health treatment for what's that word?
Oh, that's just the name of where he was.
Oh,
Treatment from
okay.
the hospital.
Okay.
Roscreans.
Okay. When staff allegedly denied him treatment, Carter said he would kill himself, prompting the staff to transport him to UW Health Swedish American. Carter told police he did not receive mental health treatment and was released. It's unclear if the case will be tried as a hate crime. In a statement, Walmart gave its condolences to Jenkins, stating, "We're devastated to learn that one of our associates has died from a violent attack inside of our Rockford, Illinois store. We offer our heartfelt condolences to his family and will continue providing our associates with the support they need."
Well, they definitely need a lot of support in the
Absolutely.
aisles, I would say.
Oh, yeah.
Because if that's the kind of stuff you on, and you know, Walmart is kind of the litmus. Like the stuff you do in Walmart, because there's so many people in Walmart at one time. The stuff you do in Walmart sets the tone for what you're going to do in Target, what you're going to do in Walgreens, CVS, ABC. No, I'm just but literally, like, if you don't think that that's a hate crime, I don't know what, if you have even a thought process that follows logic.
And honestly, shame on the health place that denied him mental health. And that was honestly a red flag from the jump, saying, I need mental health. And they're saying no.
Yeah.
And then, of course, he's going to go do something crazy.
He did something really
that
crazy.
Same day.
But you know what? If you have the impetus to go and kill someone and you are having a mental health crisis, that facility that denied him health needs to be accountable for that.
Absolutely.
But you know, we say all the time when we talk about and report these different stories where there's a mental health situation involved in it, that people show you signs. In his case, he told them, I'm telling you now that I have an issue and I need help, which was good on his part.
Yeah.
But then it goes all downhill because now you've gone and you've killed an innocent person who was just shopping. And did he take the knives? Did I hear you say he took the knives from Walmart?
Yes. But also he said he was going to kill himself too.
Do that first.
Do that first. You can't hurt nobody if you kill yourself.
No, you know what? I'm so tired of us. And I say us, I would say politicians who have closed all of these mental health facilities and then actually let them walk outside. You'll see when they first closed those mental health facilities in 2015, like people from those facilities were just walking outside freely, needing medication and not getting it, needing assistance and not getting it. Sometimes when you're in a mental health crisis, you just act because you do not have a resource to tell you how to cope with that.
Exactly.
Well, that's why I think that this needs to be up front and center. We need to put a spotlight on it for every state who has diminished or decreased their mental health help in the state, because these people need help. I mean, it's not like you just acting crazy because maybe you might be on drugs or something like that. But I'm talking about people, and that's a situation in and of itself.
For sure.
But that's a rehab. Mental health help is usually ongoing. It may last years, it may last decades, but they need help. These are still citizens in somebody's sister, somebody's brother, somebody's uncle, aunt, mother, father. They need help.
Absolutely.
So our condolences are going out to the family, to all parties involved, and we continue to pray until something happens. But in the meantime, in between time, Jesus, I can't say that name. I can't get nobody to help me up in here. I can't say that name with enough fervor and passion to get somebody to understand that when you have an issue, all you got to do is stop in your tracks and say, what a wonderful name, what a wonderful child you are of God. Let's do it, Dr. Charles Hayes. Jesus. Oh, what a wonderful child. It's Inspiration 1390. Okay, y'all. Now, Dana said something extremely important. Do you think I'm supposed to walk around with this ring on because I'm in a tentative marriage?
You can take it off.
Yeah, you can take it off.
Listen
and you can
to
be
the
single.
man. You can take it off.
You can take it off and be single.
But then, men, don't you feel like if I gave you a ring?
Oh, let's use a ring. Yep.
If I gave you a ring, I want you to wear it because I want it to indicate that I am yours, you are mine.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Then you should have that
So
mentality.
if I take it off, does that break it?
Yeah.
You said you could take it off. You gave permission.
Yeah, that's all permission to be single. Permission to be single.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
you can, yeah.
I don't know about it.
So Tina said,
if it ain't good enough for you,
say no when I engage with you.
But don't get mad if I'm not giving to somebody else.
Exactly.
You gonna get that ring to somebody
else? Yeah,
else?
if they take it off.
Straight up.
Yep. You might not. I will.
We all gonna do it and be all right. You getting somebody else to propose to you, that's not easy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
So she further went on to say, Donna said, and block all of my potential options. That'll be a no for her.
I mean, I don't know Donna, but let's be 100 about these potential options. Are these marital options or these?
Exactly?
Well,
marital
every
options ain't as abundant.
Exactly.
no.
I offered you the ring. No, you want to act like it's not.
You ain't gonna get a guy to get you another ring immediately. That's not gonna happen.
If you offered the ring,
Yeah.
and you don't want to plan the wedding, is that a band-aid? That maybe were they trying to just put you in a safe space for now?
Well, they don't want to plan the wedding. You're asking like they're keeping us on the side, like maybe just keeping us in the
Wedding
pocket.
is a different situation.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
You don't need to have a wedding
It's a
to get married.
financial thing. It's a timing thing.
Yeah, I was
like,
gonna say.
planning a wedding ain't just.
In my opinion, weddings are not for the couple; they're for everybody else.
Right. Yeah.
You don't need a wedding to get married. So
You go to City Hall, get married.
It's all about this. It's all about the grandness and stuff.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I think women do.
But in their planning, could you plan that too? Could you plan to go to City Hall? Because if you don't
Oh, yeah.
want to even open
Yeah,
up
sure.
the option of planning it at all,
Absolutely.
okay.
Absolutely.
You could elope.
Absolutely.
DJ Barker, Bilo says, say that, Adam. Say that, Adam.
All right, B-Lo.
So men have this is really enlightening. Men have a difference of opinion. Women are saying one thing, men are saying something different, and this is really good content.
I feel like men, like Jarrell said, there's more options for men, in my opinion.
I mean, it's not more options, it's more marital options.
That's what I'm saying. More marital options.
But it is more options. It's more women in the world than it is men. Now, I did not specify who said that they didn't want to talk about it. I didn't specify.
Okay.
But y'all just assumed it was the
From the
man.
man's perspective,
ourselves in that position.
yeah.
Yeah.
Marcel told me that the wife's side takes care of the wedding. He told me that.
It's a party for her. It's not
Exactly. So if you want to get it,
the wife's side does take care of the wedding.
then they should plan it then.
But you
Why we
still
gotta
have
be
to
part
be
of
in agreement of picking the date.
Okay, yeah.
Going on
Come
with
to
the
me
wedding.
with options then,
But
because
in
I'm not
this
planning
scenario, they said I don't want to talk about it
it at all.
I'm not trying to get married tomorrow. We ain't gonna talk about it.
Is it like I don't want to get married, or is it like you do it and tell me what day to show up? I get that.
No,
part,
that
yes.
wasn't it. That wasn't it.
It's just
I don't
want
Then
to
that, yes.
So staying in your no. Zoe says she didn't have a wedding. They just went to City Hall and got married, and the family were doing the most.
Yep.
And then Staying in Your Lane says that he was just wasting time and didn't want to be married and potentially gone. And she potentially gave him an ultimatum. He's a loser.
Oh, wow.
Loser.
Oh,
She
wow.
went straight there. He's a loser.
Yeah, so you've been with a loser for 10 years? Dang.
Sometimes you don't reveal your loser status until that time.
Until 10 years later, I guess.
Man. Yeah, for real.
Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you don't.
He said it to y'all, yeah, for real.
Where's the guest? Time.
All right.
You got 2 minutes.
That's incredible. Y'all are doing these are some good comments. These are great comments. I love them. Sharitha, what's up, Sharitha? Shouts out to Vegas in the building. So Tina says men feel different because some of them don't want to get married, but will tie you down with a promise of marriage with no intentions of marrying you. See?
I mean, yeah, maybe. But
I
like,
think it's more.
Some men wait until they get too old to marry because now they need a nurse.
I think it's more.
Baby, you better tell them what's going on. What's going on? Uh-oh. I got some powerhouse women in the building. Hey, how are you?
Beautiful.
You are. Hi, Saraya.
Hello. One of my bigs. That's one of my bigs. Okay, how y'all doing? None that ain't never went on before. No.
None that never went up.
No.
Exactly, Tina. AKA, it's a lie.
I mean, I'm not denying
You got 1 minute. You got 1 minute.
No, men lie. That's
Zoe says true. Some men will do that.
Yeah.
Yes, some men will do that. But what are you supposed to do? Now, again, y'all, I didn't say if it was the man or the woman. I just said the fiance. Everybody in this scenario was the fiance. 45. So don't let me forget this.
I got you.
You know what? Let me put this in my
What's going
pocket.
on, babe? But going into the segment.
We're not going to. Yeah, we're going straight because it's time. Straight.
Yep.
You can do what's going on.
Yeah.
You can do the intro.
30 seconds.
Where's the action? I'll tell you what's going on.
Next song is My Lord, My Master, right?
Yes.
Don, you got your mic? Okay. Are you talking, Don?
Yeah,
I will.
yeah,
Absolutely.
Samantha, that is the next song.
Okay.
Yes.
It's Throwback Thursday, y'all. Keep them comments coming.
Jackson.
I'll tell you what's going on.
Obviously, I am not Action Jackson, but I definitely want to give a shout out to Action Jackson in New York City. I hope you are having a ball and a much needed rest, taking Valencia to wherever her heart desires. Now, you know what? That takes me to where my heart desires, because our guest in the studio, she's so fabulous, and she's with one of my fabulous friends, and that is none other than Soraya. Soraya is a multifaceted, multi-talented, renowned for her soulful vocals and acting prowess and motivational speaking. She rose to fame on NBC's The Voice, where her heartfelt performances captivated audiences and earned her a spot in the hearts of many. Well, beyond her musical talents, Soraya is a powerful motivational speaker, inspiring belief in the possibility of dreams through faith and perseverance. Her rendition of the U.S. National Anthem, you know, when you start singing the U.S. National Anthem, in fact, when they just invite you to sing the U.S. National Anthem, you know you got a voice to share, right? Well, she was featured as at some of these prestigious events, showcasing her vocal prowess and emotional depth. Additionally, Soraya has made her waves in the acting world with appearances on hit television series like Empire on Fox, and she is set to be honored at the 2024 Black Music Honors, solidifying her status as a true luminary in the entertainment industry. We want to give a big brunch welcome to Soraya.
Well. I'm like, who's that girl? Who are we talking about?
You know who she is.
Oh my, thank you.
And you
so much.
embody just the essence of Black excellence.
Oh, thank you so much. It is a blessing and an honor to be here today, and I appreciate you, bringing me into your space.
This is our space, sis.
Yeah,
this is our space. Whenever we have the opportunity to actually shine a light on figures in Black history, mainly because we don't get our light shown in other spaces. And it has nothing to do with the fact that we don't want anybody else to shine, but we definitely know that we have to shine for ourselves.
Yes.
So now your journey has been amazing. What was it like being on The Voice? I want to take it from when you got the invitation to all the way to now.
Let me tell you, I did not receive an invitation. I actually went through the work. I had to go through the work of auditioning several times. Not several times, it's within one season. Before you get to what you all see on television, you've already passed through 3 to 4 different levels of audition.
And made it.
And made it.
To the next level.
To the next level.
Come through.
And so out of 60,000 people who auditioned for my season, I was amongst the top 12 finalists. And I think that the very beginning of the situation was one of faith. I was not someone who wanted to compete for my spot. I felt like what God has for me is for me,
Yes.
But then sometimes God will unction you to do things that will push you and excel you into propel you to where he wants you to go. And at that time, something in me knew that it was my time to do that. So I went and did it. I said, if I make it through this first part, I think the Lord is saying that this is me. This is my time. And I went through, and I was one of few people who got that ticket to go on to the next level. So, I was crying tears. People was clapping for me when I came out, because they like, girl, they ain't giving nobody these tickets.
Oh my God.
I got out of there, and I was invited to a more private, audition, more private audition amongst the producers. Okay. And somebody told me, someone who was on a previous season, because I had to do my homework. What should I expect? They said, hey, if you get invited down for an interview after you sing, that means they considering you for LA. I said, okay, cool. Some people were singing one song and they were out of there. I sang 4 songs in my audition. I got through all 4 of my songs, and then I was invited downstairs for an interview. I said, this is it.
I want y'all to turn to your neighbor and say, it's my time.
Yes, indeed, it's my time. And so I knew it. And so now I have to wait a month to receive an invitation to LA.
I bet you in that month
time,
you was like,
I'm like, Lord, I don't know what to do. I don't know if this, yeah. You go up and down in a level of faith, in your levels of faith. It's like,
did you ever doubt?
I got it. I know I got it. And then other times I did a little bit. I said, okay, if it don't happen, give me peace in my heart, Lord. Let it be well with my soul. Whatever, does or does not happen.
May you be pleased.
Yes, may you be pleased.
Yes.
And so I ended up, of course, getting the call. The final day that they said you're gonna get called by the 18th of March. The 18th of March, I got a call to come down to LA. And
girl,
yes, I came down to LA to do another audition in front of a higher level of executives.
Mm-hmm.
And that wasn't even the blind audition yet. So, we had to do psych evaluations, see a psychiatrist, all of these things before we got to that stage.
Because it would be a shame if you got on stage and had a mental episode breakdown. Because that makes sense though, because it's a lot of pressure.
It is so much pressure, but I believe that my journey had already prepared me for what God was about to do in that season. So for me, it was okay. I'm here. And I came equipped because what he gives us vision for, he gives us provision for.
Absolutely.
So it was already there. The talent and the gift was there. The confidence was there. Now it was time for me to be highlighted in a different way and in a higher level, with a higher level of credibility. And I think that that's what the voice did for me. It highlighted me in a I guess more adequate way. To where more appropriate for who I was and who God was calling me to be, and then it allowed me indoors. Yes, allowed me indoors. After
now, growing up in Chicago, in Inglewood, and West Pullman neighborhoods, how do you think that your background has influenced your music and your message, and the way that you convey it in your songs on stage and in the studio?
Well, I'll make the correction. I grew up in Cabrini Green. So near Northside, Cabrini Green. That's where I came up.
Big C.
Yes. So needless to say, I think that where we come from heavily impacts where we end up. We're not just where we end up, because we can choose different paths. But I do believe that when you make it to where you are, you're able to look back and see. Hindsight is always 20/20. You're able to look back and see how where you came from affected who you are in these moments, when you rose to some kind of fame or when you got some sort of credibility under your belt. So the Greens prepared me for a lot of things, because I saw a lot. The voice highlighted my story where my mom was an addict, to crack cocaine and all that stuff. And she came out of that addiction to helping treat people who had that addiction. And she came out of that to being ordained as an elder and a minister in the church. And, my father as well, ordained in ministry and now a pastor. But all of these things allowed me to see strength where usually it takes people out. You know what I'm saying? It allowed me to witness strength and to become strong within myself because of what I witnessed. I was protected from a lot of things while I was growing up in the projects, my siblings and I. But I'm so grateful for what I saw, because it allowed for me to have strength in areas where most would be weak, with the things that even I deal with right now today.
Having said all of that, and that was a lot, very powerful, would you change anything if you had the opportunity to do so now from your growing up? Would you change?
No, I don't think that I would. I mean, of course, there are circumstances that you would prefer not to happen, but after you see the effect of the thing and how it turned out, you're able to be grateful more so than wishing that it had changed. So I think it has a lot to do with my backbone right now today, and I don't think I would have changed it.
Well, I think that gives you content for your motivational speaking platform.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now let's talk about that. You went from singing to acting to motivational speaker on the lecture circuit. How did that manifest itself?
To be honest with you, I think that when you start to doing things that people are paying attention to, it gives you a voice that people want to hear. So my speaking actually, to be honest with you, that was just a natural thing for me. The whole idea of public speaking and things like I grew up in church and I became a worship leader at like 12. And you know, when you worship leader, you can't just get up there and sing a song and sound. Oh, you can't get up there and sing a song and sound cute. You got to be able to minister to the people and actually, exhortate and orate. And so I was required to do that at a young age. And when I got into a space where where I became reputable, it was natural that people wanted to know about my journey. So they invite me to the schools. And then the school that I went to invite me back to speak to the students. So that's how those things manifested. Some level of success came about, and it was like, we want to hear from her. We need the students to know.
Because you
We
got
need
a
the
story
women
to tell.
know. Yeah.
And they want to hear it.
That's it.
Now, speaking of you got a story to tell, let's talk about these legendary artists you've worked with, like Stevie Wonder, Celine Dion. Can you tell us about this memorable? Because I'm like salivating in my seat right now.
Yes.
Experiencing the lessons that you've learned from some of the greats.
Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, some of these things that happened on the spur of the moment. It wasn't something that was actually planned. Like my thing with Celine Dion, that was something where I was called to be a part of something that she happened to be headlining. And she, Yolanda Adams, and Enrique Iglesias, all of those people, to sit and watch that woman. Number one, sound check alone. Let's just say that sound check alone. I was floored.
Really?
Like, how is this coming out of her throat in this way? I need to know where it extends from. Like, what's happening here?
I singing from her thigh.
Yes, somewhere from the baby toe. It's
right
from the baby toe.
Right.
So I'm like, I experienced that. It encouraged me because people always told me they said, where's this voice coming from? You know, this little body, where's this voice? I'm a little heftier now, but you know, I was real petite when I was little. It's like, where's it coming from? I felt that when I heard her. That's number one.
Really?
And I saw how effortless it was. I'm like, she ain't even pulling it and getting hoarse and all of that kind of stuff.
Oh, that's God.
You know, oh yes. So, you know, coming from the church, if you ain't getting hoarse, you ain't
singing.
You ain't shouting to people.
Right.
You ain't shouting them unless you leave with your voice gone. You know, and so yeah, those types of things, watching people like that effortlessly do what they do. It encouraged and inspired me. Stevie Wonder was somebody that, number one, someone that you think you can't get close to, he was so open, and he was so like oh, gather around, and we, you know, I just think that it's something to say when people who have accomplished that much success can be accessible to people, or you know what I'm saying, even though we know it's only so close you're gonna get to this person. For them to be accessible and be, you know, like, no, come around, gather around. You know, that's what I experienced with him. The humility of the situation as a legend, you know. So I don't know. I've taken away, you know, some things from all of them. Alicia Keys. What I will tell you about her is that this like really low key, down to earth person that she appears to be on TV, she is that. It is not a facade. Like, she's like a big sister, you know. And when she heard me sing, she was so impressed with what I was doing in that rehearsal. And she stopped the thing, and she said, stop the band. She said, are y'all hearing what I'm hearing? She said, and this is not me tooting my own horn. This is me being appreciative of the fact that somebody of value saw my value.
But since you could toot your own horn, you got a plethora of successes and victories.
Yeah.
So let's do some tooting today.
I'm thankful. But she said, are y'all hearing what I'm hearing? She said, they ain't singing like this no more. No. Right. And so I was very, she took her time with me. My rehearsals were like double the time of the other people because she wanted to get it right. She's like, I told her, I don't know if I should sing an old school song this time because we needed to go up on iTunes. It needed to be something relevant, right? And so we had to choose between an Adele song, Send My Love to Your New Lover, that song, or Rather Go Blind by Etta James.
Okay, you can sing a little song.
Wait, but look, I'm going to tell you this. When I sang Rather Go Blind, she said, ain't nothing else happening but rather go blind.
Nothing else happening.
She said the bottom line is rather go blind.
Well, when we come back, we're going to talk about this upcoming most prestigious award that you are about to be bestowed on. And we're going to talk about what's next for Soraya. Y'all, Keep it locked. You know what it is. You know what we about to do. It's Inspiration 1390. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
I'm writing you the real facts right now.
You see, I'm pivoting. I'm like, the real facts.
I don't know why it said that she came up with it. Yeah. All I did was use the information that you said from the body. So I don't know why.
I love the heart. I love the
No,
heart.
it said nothing about English, so I don't know why that came up. So I was confused too when you read that. And Sammy read that, I was like,
This is 6 minutes long. How much time you got?
One, maybe two. Because I really want to get back to Soraya. And then
10 minutes. 10 minutes left.
Okay.
We got a little time left on this interview, and I want
Hey,
you guys
Carl.
to tune in.
Hey, Rach.
Thank you.
Oh, hey, Raquel.
Thank you, cousin. I love y'all. Let me see who else.
Tina Hammond said, come through. Stevie Wonder always loved him. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying, Zoe. It's a red flag. To the left, to the left.
still on.
And if she proposed, even worse. Exactly.
I love you too, Lexi. Y'all share the live.
She studied
Oh my God, I'm so excited about this interview. All right, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute.
The next question you said you gonna ask her.
We're gonna talk about this Black Music Honors. And it's coming up in 2024.
Just 2 things about her getting this movie.
If we could ask about the theatrical show she's finishing.
Teatro.
Theatrical design.
Teatro.
Teatro. Design. Cabaret show that's happening now.
I see the Madam Zinzani. Okay, let's talk about that. You're rocking with the Brunch Bunch right here on Inspiration 1390. It's your girl Tamara Fair on the air, and I am proudly posted in the studio with the entire Brunch Bunch and our special guest, Soraya. So before we took a break, we talked about you have an upcoming award that you're about to receive, but you are right now in off Broadway with Madam Zinzani. Let me get it right. Please let me get it right. Zinzani, which that in and of itself is special. Now let's talk about that.
Well, it is a theatrical surf production and overall experience that is happening right now in downtown Theater District, Chicago. And Teatro Zinzani is pretty much it's been this is the 25th year anniversary of this company.
Wow.
In Seattle, they're celebrating 25 years, but they've been here in Chicago since 2019 before the pandemic hit.
Mm-hmm.
Come back in 2023 with your girl as Madame Zinzani. See, I don't call it Madame Z, I call it Madame Zinzani.
As you should.
And I'm very
Put some
excited.
respect on that name.
Yes, I'm very excited that I've been able to step into this role, challenge myself to bring something to it, because that role is one that is consistent throughout each season. There's a different season and a different cast in each season. So with that role, there's always a Madame Zinzani, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to bring who I am to that character, and I feel like I've done that successfully. And right now we are in the finale week. This has been a 6-month residency. Okay. And this is the final week where people can actually purchase tickets to see me as Madame Zinzani.
Now, where can the tickets be purchased?
The tickets can
Where
be
is it
purchased
playing?
at zinzani.com/Chicago. Okay, get your tickets at zinzani.com/Chicago. Somebody can put it in the comments for me. And then I actually have a code that is accessible for my fan base and my family and friends, and it's called Soraya Finale. Okay, Soraya SARAYAH. If you really rock with me, you know how to spell the name. Soraya Finale.
These new rockers, these people that's gonna rock with you.
If you gonna rock with me, that's how you spell the name, Soraya Finale. So you can get you a few dollars off the tickets. The tickets actually include a 4-course meal with the show. Okay.
Wow.
So you're gonna get.
We're
the
gonna spell it
finest
out for you so
experience.
you
Yes.
know how to get
And
it.
so when you come in, you're seeing acrobatic, you're seeing all of these things happen over your head. You're coming into the 14th floor of a building of the Cambria Hotel downtown.
Nice.
You would never expect to see what you see when you walk into those doors on the 14th
So it's an
floor.
experience.
It's an experience. And then you hear your girl singing, Madame Zanzani. She sings down. That's her role. She's a singer, and she for me, I actually act throughout as well. So I played the owner of the tent.
Wow.
I'm the owner of this circus tent. And nothing happens there without the owner.
Of course not.
Okay. So
now they have to get tickets like now.
They have to get tickets now.
All right.
There are tickets available for tonight, for tomorrow, and also Saturday evening. My sis Tina Crawley plays Madame Zinzani in the afternoon. I am on the evening shows. So Saturday evening at 6:30 p.m. you want to get your tickets. That's my final show. But if you cannot make my final show, where we're going to be turning up and acting like we ain't got no sense, you want to go on get your tickets for Thursday or Friday. Okay. And so yeah. What is it? Zinzani.com/Chicago for those. You don't want to miss it. This is literally a show that you don't want to miss. And the way that it's been put together by Joe DePaul is absolutely it's phenomenal.
Well, the way that you have expressed it, the way you have actually outlined and then painted that picturesque overview of what is to come. I mean, a 4-course meal coming. Yeah. You're not going to get that anywhere. But let's spell it ZINZANNI.com/Chicago. Put in the code Sarayah SARAYAH for a discount. But you know what? We love discounts on Inspiration 1390, but this is getting ready to be an experience. You have been phenomenal. Now, I'm not done with you though. Okay. I'm not done with you. So set a spell for a second. So now you are getting this Black Music Honors, right?
Yes.
So when can people, how can people follow you? How can people engage and be a part of this honorarium, some ceremony? When is it? Talk about it.
Okay. So we're looking at, I'll tell you how this even transpired.
Please do.
Mr. John Jackson, who owns Stellar TV and Black Music Honors, he and his wife, Dr. Teresa Jackson, they actually came as guests to Teatro Zinzani. Yes. Okay. So there's a young lady that's been handling branding and marketing for me named Audrey Hargrove. Okay, she's been managing brand and marketing, and she invited them out to the show, and they came to the show, and when they saw what they saw, they said she needs to be honored for what it is that she's doing in the community and how she's elevating and inspiring the hearts of those who are in this city. And so just from that alone, this is how that transpired, and I believe it's to take place on May 18th.
And give people your handles on social media so they can follow you.
Yes, Sarayah Official. Okay, if you go to SarayahOfficial.com, you'll see all of my social media and everything that you can keep up with. Everything there to keep up with. SarayahOfficial.com, and everything is Sarayah Official. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all of it.
Well, you know what, Dawn, you always bring us the best guests. Thank you so much.
I want to say thank you, Dawn, for pulling the strings necessary to make sure that my voice is heard at this time, that something grand and great is happening. This woman is a godsend.
Well, definitely. Dawn, can you introduce this songbird so that she can take us out in song?
Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, Brunch Bunch family, introducing a ray of light.
Sarayah.
All right. I guess my go-to is usually the safest place in the whole wide world is in the will of God. Though trials be great and the way seems hard, it's in the will of God. It may be on a mountain peak or in the valley low, but wherever it may be, if God says go, and you go.
Well, now that's a way to get ready for the Holy Week. If God said go, you better go. And sis, you went there, didn't you?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. You guys, this has been an amazing show. And we always want to encourage you to keep Love 24 alive. Tell someone that you don't know that you love them and show someone that you do know how much you love them. Lead with love. Land on love. We love you, believers.
We love you, believe.
And Action Jackson, wherever you are, we love Saraya. You are officially a brunch buncher.
Yeah.
Now we're about to get out of here, y'all. But right after this is your boy AC Green, and after that is Pastor Patterson on the drive home. She got me all discombobulated. We do it all night long, right here on Inspiration 1390. Peace, y'all. Thank you, Instagram. Thank you, Facebook. I know this was a show, right? Y'all, make sure that you go and follow her and get your tickets. Zinzani.com/Chicago. Make sure you use the code Soraya and follow her on all of her social media so you can be a part of whatever she's a part of. Was that voice melodic or what? Y'all, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful Thursday.